Eldo Victoria, you ride him again in race 1 on Monday. What were your thoughts on his last win?
Yeah, I was impressed with him. I had slight reservations going into that run in terms of greenness and maturity, and yeah, he put all those concerns to rest. That day he was drawn quite badly, and the initial intention was to sit him in, but his natural speed just allowed him to get in a position where we were quite comfortable. And yeah, when I asked him for effort, it was all there, you know. And I got slight reservations again going into this run. He got penalised. I thought fairly severely for his win, but I think he's a smart horse and he's improving and he's learning what the game's about. So I'm hoping that he's come on from that last race and everything that we've done in between. And yeah, then I'm definitely hoping for a fair showing from him.
You've done a lot of work with the horse since that last run. Do you feel like he's come on forward?
Yeah, definitely. I was hoping that he comes on, and I've requested to work him every morning just so I can monitor how he's come forward, and I'm quite satisfied the way he has come forward. And yeah, like I say, he's going to be a lovely horse for next season. I hope that he ends the season off on a high note, because it'll be a good send-off for him until we come back next year.
David, General DINO, he's won his last 3 in a row. That last win in particular, that was pretty brave from him.
He's very, very gutsy. I think once we seem to have sorted out that lung problem of his, he's just a totally different horse. And I don't believe he'll be just a dirt horse. I think he'll be equally good on the turf. He trialled exceptionally well in that 5 furlong the other day. The main thing is he's got a barrier, which is half the battle won, because he's an on-speed runner, and he'll run very well.
Just explain to us what happened with you trying to fix up his lungs.
Well, he just kept spiking these temperatures throughout the year, and we just couldn't understand. They'd give him antibiotics, he'd be fine. The temperature would go, a couple of weeks later be back again. And there had to be something causing it. So Dr. O'Shea brought the ultrasound round and scanned his lungs. He thought, well, it's got to be in the lungs. And he found 2 abscesses, which the antibiotics weren't able to penetrate. So he was put on a drug which the tuberculosis patients are put on, and that penetrates the abscesses, and he's been a different horse ever since.
Hasn't raced since early May. He's had basically a couple of months between races. Was it always a plan after his last run to give him a freshen up?
Absolutely. I knew he'd be in Class 3 now, which might benefit him not carrying the big weights. He's not a very big horse. But that was the plan. He's freshened up, he's looking lovely, and he'll run very well.
Zac, big party, you won him last time out. What sort of feel did he give you in that race?
Oh, he went pretty good. He did everything right. He jumped well. He travelled good, and it was a pretty easy kill for him, really. But we know he's had a lot of problems. It looks like Frankie's been able to work him in a consistent manner coming into this race. So hopefully he's improved off that last effort. And if he can get away clean again and put himself in the right spot, he should be competitive.
He's had a trial since that win. You didn't ride him, but he played up a bit in the gates in that trial. Did you have any issues with him in the stalls?
No, he was very quiet when I rode him in the race, and I rode him in a jump out prior to that race as well, and he stood in the gates really well. So that's obviously a concern that he's played up in the gates in that trial since then, because that was his problem a couple of starts back when he missed the start and got back and everything went wrong for him. So I just got to hope that he's going to be on his best behaviour.
You take on Thanks Forever, a horse you know well. How do you line the two of them up?
Well, they're both very nice horses. They've both had good seasons. They're both progressive. It's going to be a competitive race.
Thanks Forever's stepping up to 1,200 metres around a bend for the first time. Would you have any concerns about that with him?
No, I don't think so. He's a very relaxed horse. He's got a very good attitude. He's drawn the right gate to get the right run, so I can't see it being a problem.
Was it a tough decision to make, which one to ride?
I was booked for Big Party a fair while ago.
AETHERO, Zac, he's been so impressive in what he's done so far, but from gate 14 up to class 3, this is tougher, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We'll get to see what he's made of this time. He hasn't been under any pressure yet, and like I keep saying, pressure is what separates the good ones from the average ones, and he's definitely going to have to do it the tough way this time, so we'll get a better guide on where he's at.
He's had a pretty easy time of things in front in his couple of races that he's had. From gate 14, though, up against older horses, does he have to lead, or how can you play things?
I haven't looked at the race yet, so I don't know what my competition is or what the speed is like, so it's hard to say where we're going to be at the moment, but it will obviously depend on how he begins, and we'll just assess it from there. But I don't think he's going to be one-dimensional. As time goes on, at the moment he doesn't really have a proper race brain, but he's only a young horse and he hasn't had much experience, so that's to be expected at his stage of his career.
As you say, only a young horse, only a 2-year-old. 2-year-old racing's not such a big thing here in Hong Kong, but in Australia, you've won on 2-year-olds or ridden 2-year-olds like a Hood. Yankee Rose excites. For a 2-year-old, where does he line up?
It's always hard to line horses up from different countries at different times and things like that, but he has given me a good feel, and I have no doubt if he was in Australia running in the 2-year-old races, he'd acquit himself well against the better horses.
We've got 5 meetings left, including Monday's meeting. You're 19 wins off breaking Joe Moreira's record for the most wins in a season. Is it a realistic task?
I don't think so. I think it's a task that looks as if it's too hard. It's a too big a mountain to climb. My rides at Happy Valley, unfortunately, have been pretty ordinary. I haven't had the quality or the depth to my rides there. So when you're going to those meetings and struggling to try and pull one winner out of the hat, it's not enough. So I don't think I'll be able to get there.
There's been plenty of other good milestones this season, though.
Yeah, I've had a good season. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to worry about it.